This is the corner where I have most of my materials. Here you have papers, the planches with papers. This is a planches that I made myself to store my colored paper. So each level contains only one color, which is nice. So
yeah,
you just open it like that, and there's the full sheets and then the upcuts on top. This saves a lot of time.
by the way, if you can show the top part, because I think you use PVC tubes or something for sorting. Yeah, am I right?
Oh yeah, no, it's cardboard actually. PVC would be better, would be stronger, but
because
these are cardboard tubes. Yeah.
I've seen a friend of mine. She's making different things with glass, and she has this large shelf of PVC tubes of different sizes, in which she puts inside these sticks of glass that the glass jewelries are made with. So it's really a great way to store all the different sorts of things, from glass to leather maybe, and paper and book cloth.
Yeah, I didn't know about glass, so she must be using smaller diameters then.
Yeah,
smaller pieces.
yeah.
Yeah, no, it's an idea. Some people put their finishing tools in things like that as well.
Yeah.
It's an ideal solution, and it's very cost effective. Meaning it's cheap.
Yeah, so, especially as often you can find this PVC tube given away or sold for cheap when there are offcuts, because you don't really need long ones for most of the things. So yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. So I have another one. Another bunch of tubes up there with mostly cloth, a little bit of paper. Then I put this strange rack which I custom built on top of my guillotine. It's an original solution.
Yeah.
It works for me, and there's just enough room here to
squeeze in.
Yeah, to squeeze in and use the guillotine. That's a new rack that we did not too long ago to store the board offcuts. Because they do tend to clog up your storage. And by the way, here's my board storage. So it's extremely simple. It's something I saw at Shepherd's actually. They were storing their boards vertically, and it's counterintuitive, but it's a very, very good idea, because it's extremely easy to access. You just have to do that. You just have to browse like that, and you can pull them up. So you have to have enough room up. But it works very, very well. And board is thick enough to be self-supportive. So this is again a very cost-effective solution that works really well. It's on wheels as well, so I can take it out to access the back of the guillotine.
Yeah. I think I've been always storing my cardboard vertically, because I never had enough flat space to store it horizontally. But I'm usually shoving it behind some pieces of furniture or something. So if I have different sizes, different thicknesses of cardboard, I put 2 millimeters besides sofa, 1.5 millimeters besides the shelves or something like that. So
yeah. Because if you have it all stacked on one stack, it's
a mess.
It's very hard.
Yeah,
the stuff is heavy. It's really heavy.
Yeah.
So that's a good solution. But I want to show you my boards, because boards are, it's the stuff that you don't see in the end.
Yeah, but it's most important.
Except when it's exposed. But it is one of the most important things. And I just counted earlier 25 different types. Here, not huge amounts. I have between 2 and 10 sheets of each type, and I pick the right board according to the project. So whether it's there's lots of things that come into play. The hardness of the board. Its weight, whether it's smooth or a little bit rough. All these things are to take into consideration.
Depending on the projects you're working with.
basically I've got it starts here with grey boards. That's the soft stuff, and I have it between 0.5 and 4 millimeters here.
Yeah.
Then this orange stuff, that's my best kind of board. It's called press pan. It's a very, very, very dense and very hard kind of board. It's also much more expensive. So I use it for the best stuff. Usually leather work is done with this. It's harder. I think it's harder than wood, but it has flexibility of cardboard. It's really wonderful.
Yeah, as we discussed earlier, we used green board while I was studying at the American Academy of Bookbinding, and it also was recommended to me by many different bookbinders. And
I think I know which one you mean.
Yeah, I will need to look up the link because it's a board that is made in UK. And there even was something like a green board crisis several years ago when previous suppliers stopped supplying the board from the UK, and everybody in the United States tried to stock up the leftovers.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm not surprised. I think I would do that too. Yeah. When you have a good board, you because I've tried so many boards over the years, and if these guys from the press pan told me they were going to stop, I think I'd buy pallets of it.
Yeah, it's true. It changes so much. Good materials change so much in your work process and the end result. So yeah, it's really important.
Yeah, for sure. So well, I have some black board as well that are used for not too often, but usually when the board is going to be exposed, then it's nice to have it black. I find as opposed to grey. And then finally I have a third quality which is in between. It's in between the orange stuff, press pan, and the grey board. So I use it for in between.
Yeah.
It's kind of work. And then I have that's not all, because I also have acrylic sheets and MDF, which I store somewhere else, so I can't show you.
Okay. Yeah.
What else could be interesting to you?
Your
guys?
Working surface.
Maybe I want to brag about my benches a little bit.
I showed your bench before, I don't know, a year ago or something on our Instagram, and everybody was pretty inspired by it because it's a nice engineering design and nice idea. Because I think you told me that it's you can disassemble it.
I designed them myself with keeping in mind that I have a tendency to move studios.
A hobby.
So I can break them down into manageable sizes because they take a huge amount of space, and I have 3 of them. I just ordered a 4th one. Actually, it's going to come next week. But yeah, what's a good bench is really important. I mean, there's nothing more annoying than a table that shakes when you work on it. It has to be stable. So it has to be heavy. It can be made of wood, but I chose to make them in steel. So it's 4 centimeter wide steel bars, and then what I found important. Well, first of all, is the height. They're 1 meter high, because I'm rather tall, but I think even if you're not tall, it's better to have it high, because you don't have to hunch over your work, and that could be really bad on your back after repeated long hours.
Oh, that's true. When I had my own studio back in Moscow, I had 2 types of workbenches. One was 2 workbenches were 1 meter high, and 2 workbenches were 75 centimeter high, because I also had students there, and everybody is of different height. That was the first reason. So some people would be more comfortable on the 75 centimeter bench. But the other thing is that for some projects, it's better to work on higher bench, and for other projects it's better to work on lower bench. So I used both of the types, and it works for me. At least it works for me.
Yeah. What kind of projects do you find were better on a lower bench?
I did some woodworking in the same studio. So some of the woodworking projects, I definitely used more the lower benches, and for more bookbinding projects, I use higher benches. So yeah, I guess that's how it it was split for me.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What I find important with a bench is to have compartments. Not drawers. I used to have drawers. I don't think drawers are useful. What I have now is this lower level here, just immediately under about 7 centimeters under the top. Where I store cutting mats, because I never cut. I've got boards on my benches, but I don't cut on the board. I cut on the cutting mat. And whenever I need to cut, I want to have this at hand instantaneously. And also I've got my waste paper in 3 sizes, 1, 2, 3, always at hand. Always at hand. And then I can store underneath. I can have this nice, because it fits an IKEA kind of cupboard.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
I didn't plan for that. It just happened.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. That's true. Yeah. I fixed the vacuum cleaner into my workbench because I do some woodworking from time to time. It's always a lot of dust, so I need to clean it, and to do it with vacuum cleaner it's much easier.
Yeah, exactly. The stuff that you're gonna need all the time. It's really set up for efficiency, right?